glad that you are tuning in today. This whole month, we are learning about heroes of the Bible. You know, heroes, they rescued their people. Heroes, they split the Red Sea. Heroes, they define the jaws of the lions. And heroes, they get to their destination. I hope you are ready to learn amazing stories of the Bible. So, get ready for our lesson today. Let's check it out.
You didn't think I was just going to walk by? No way! I wouldn't do that. Hey kids, it's Dipstick here, and I'm so glad you joined us because guess what? Today we're going to learn about heroes of the Bible. That's right. We've been learning about that all month long. We're so glad you joined us. You're probably thinking, Dipstick, why do you have a stick in your hand? Well, that's a very good question. It's not just a stick, it's a hiking stick. You see, me and my mama, we just got back from a hike. That's right. We went to our local park. And we went hiking through the woods and over some hills and around a small lake. But then guess what? Can you guess? No, we didn't get chased by a bear. No, we got to a stream. And we couldn't go to the right and we couldn't go to the left. And I said, I don't know, Mama. What are we going to do? And she said,
Now, Dipstick. We're going to have to cross over to continue our journey.
She said, well, we're just going to have to walk across those rocks and balance ourselves with our sticks. I said, that's a good idea, Mama. That's what we did. I was holding on to my stick and stepping on the rocks and crossing over that stream. Because she said we had to continue our journey in order to get finished with our hike. And I started thinking, I was like, yeah, I'd be like getting to the promised land. Because my mama said that after we were going to get done the hike, guess what? We were going to go for ice cream. That's right. That would be like the promised land. Oh, man, how much I love ice cream. Hey, speaking of the promised land, that reminds me of a story in the Bible. We can find this story in Exodus chapter 13 and 14. It's a story about Moses and the Israelites. Moses, yeah, he was a hero. He was. In fact, he was the leader of the Israelites because they were in Egypt and he went to Pharaoh, who was the Egyptian ruler, and he said, let my people go. Well, he had to say that more than once. But eventually, Pharaoh said, go. And that's what they did. They packed up all their stuff and they started making their way to the promised land. And a land that God promised them. Well, guess what? Everything was going good until they got to the Red Sea. Oh, it wasn't like crossing a stream. I mean, the Red Sea was huge. And they couldn't go around it. They couldn't go to the right. They couldn't go to the left. They didn't have any boats. And it was too far to swim. Next thing you know, they hear a rumbling. They turned around. Oh, Pharaoh had changed his mind. And he sent his army after them. He wanted them to be brought back so they could work for him. Well, what were they going to do? Well, Moses grabbed his stick, his staff, and he raised it up to heaven. And when he did that, oh, the waters that were in front of them, they split. That's right. To the right and to the left. And guess what? In between that wall of water on each side was dry ground. It wasn't muddy at all. Well, all the Israelite people, they crossed over on dry ground. And when they got to the other side, guess what? The Egyptian army was coming in after them. And Moses, who had been raising his staff, he lowered his staff, and guess what? The walls of water came and crashed over the Egyptian army. Israelite people and Moses, God's people, were saved. Man, I tell you what, that's an amazing story. See, kids, not all heroes wear masks and capes. Some of them just carry a stick. And they have God on their side. And guess what? We can do amazing things when we have God on our side too. Well, kids, it's been great hanging out with you today, but I got to get going. And, maybe tomorrow I can go on another hike. That'd be fun. Don't forget your hiking stick. Hey, Mama, tomorrow can we go on another hike and get some more ice cream?